Good morning to all traders and welcome to another daily market insights video provided to you by Orbex. Today is Tuesday, July 16th. China's data yesterday, they have been apparently very weak. Well, the truth is that I don't see this data set as weak. The GDP came out better than last time, a little bit worse than expected, but we have very good retail sales and very good fixed asset investment, which is very critical for China. The question is the trade war hurting China as much as everybody thinks, as much as Trump tweets? The truth is that, if you ask me, no. And most likely is going to actually hurt the US, starting to hurt in the US more than China. And that is very visible on the economic data from the US. Yesterday we had the state manufacturing is at 4.3, way worse than expected at 7.2, but better than last time. At least, of course, it's not on a contractory territory. Now, yesterday's inflation from New Zealand were on a month-by basis not as good as expected, better than the previous, but on the year-to-year basis, they came out as a surprise. Very good numbers. The RBA minutes, RBA again stated that they are ready to cut. So where is the situation going to go? Are they going to cut? But the main question to ask is whether the US is going to cut, because this is likely to validate fears of a recession in about a year's or 2 years' time. Anyway, today we are expecting claim account change in the UK, very strong employment data still in the UK, as well as average weekly earnings, while at the same time, of course, if there wasn't Brexit, then the UK should definitely rise rates. But now the question, of course, is not whether they will rise, but whether they will going to cut. The later on the session have economic sentiment, and that's why we're going to talk about euro-dollar as well today. BOE Sconi is going to speak, and as well as we have Fed Chair going to speak as well in France about monetary policy. But there's no Q&A, so I'm not sure whether this is going really to reflect into the markets. Very critical US retail sales as well for today. If they come out worse than expected, then you never know. You might have Fed Chair actually talking about economic data. So, on the charts, I want to start with the daily euro-dollar. Looks like we've ended wave 5 here. Now we're going for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 move, which is most likely going to be seen as an ABC correction of this larger bearish cycle. Or, you know, it could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We don't know. We get some very good signals on the daily that are supporting bulls. And that's why I want to go to the 4-hour and check what's happening here. So on the downside, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is ending here, okay? And what I see this as is now I see this as an open triangle, okay? With wave 1, wave 2, and now we are expecting for wave 3, okay? We do get some supporting signals both on the RSI in 2 different occasions. Now, because this is a flat, we're most likely going to see an impulse to the upside after the break of this triangle pattern with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I think this is what I'm actually showing on the next 1-hour chart. Yes, that's exactly that. So we've got wave 1. ABC correction, wave 2, and now we are moving again within an impulse where A, B, C, D, E. We're expecting that to move a little bit more, consolidate, and then break up for wave 3. Or the case could be different. We could have A, B, C, D, E, so we're only going to see prices pretty much just breaking straight. So we really want to see whether this top trend line is actually holding firm or not. If not, we're going to see another move down there, and then we expect a retest over here and then shooting up. The case for the pound is a bit different because I'm still seeing another move to the downside. Okay, we are wave 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We ended wave 4, and now we are going to end wave 5, most likely the case. Now within this cycle, of course, we have another move, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, WXY, but this again is a intermediate wave 4 correction up to 134, and we are again expecting wave 5 to end. If we go a little bit lower, how I see this happening, there's 2 different scenarios, right? So I think that was like 4, so and 5 down. We are seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now if that's the case, we're looking for an ABC, and prices so should get up to this open triangle pattern around 128 or so to complete wave 4 and then start moving lower. We do get this signal that pretty much tells us that there is going to be a correction to the upside. The other scenario would be that we're still on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave, right? But this wave 4 has completed, and that is because we now see this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we see this as a flat ABC correction with wave 4 already being completed. If wave 4 has already been completed, then that means that wave 5 also is probably done, unless if we see another move to the downside, 3, 4, and then 5, and then start looking for buys. This scenario is also in play, but I am more more really leaning towards the first scenario. Anyhow, if we go down on the 1 hour, what we could see is after this impulse wave to the upside, to the downside, now we are ABC correction at the near wave 4, which is also wave 4 in the bigger sort of move. And after the extension, of course, of this first wave, okay, A, B, this is the 61.8 extension around that level. So we're now looking at prices to probably move for another impulse to the downside, and after that, and after we break below 124.40, of course, we should be looking for a reversal pattern and start buying. So I want to thank you for watching us for another day, and always remind you to visit our blog, is where we cover the latest news, provide trading ideas, and provide all the necessary tools a trader needs.